everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel, Life in America with Man and Cat. This is the third part of Cat's weight loss journey. And today, we will talk about intermittent fasting. Baby, I have the first question for you, honey. How did you start to do intermittent fasting?
It's no secret that I lost a lot of weight and that I've been doing it using this amazing tool called intermittent fasting. It means pretty much you stop eating for a period of time and then you eat for another period of time. So we're going to talk a lot about that right now in this video. I really want to go really into depth of what this is and how to do it. So let's get started. I was 161.8 pounds and I've lost in 6 months 33 pounds. It's perfect. I am in the best shape of my life. I feel really happy with my body and so much energy, and really my mood has improved. There's so many things have changed in my life with intermittent fasting. So when I started doing this, I said, well, you know, I talked to my doctor about it and I asked her, what's my ideal weight? And she kind of gave me a bigger picture of what a BMI was. This is something super important that I really want to talk about. The fact that it gives you your ideal weight doesn't mean that you have to be there. This is your personal weight loss journey. It's not mine, it's not man's, it's not your friends, it's not your family's. It's your personal weight loss journey. And you decide what is your ideal weight. If you just want to lose a couple pounds, if you're really happy with the body that you have and you feel great and you just feel like you gain a little bit of a weight, you know, over the last few months, and just want to lose a few pounds, it's totally up to you. Like, you don't have to follow your BMI, but it just gives you an idea of what your ideal weight is for your body type, for your height, for your age, and obviously for your activity level. Based on that, I talked to my doctor. She told me that based on my BMI, I had to be around 115 to 125 pounds. Now I set the goal to 125 pounds, that I'm gonna reach that, but I knew that it wasn't gonna be fast. The first mistake that you could make when you're doing this is do it too fast and not really taking your time and giving your body the time it needs to slowly adjust to every size, to every new weight. To your body goes through a lot of changes. And a lot of people tell me you had a lot of weight and now you lost a lot of weight, whereas your skin is not loose or saggy. And the reason why is because you have to go slowly. 1 to 2 pounds a week is ideal because you allow your body to adjust very slowly, week by week, going 1 pound, and then adjust your skin. You give your body and your skin a chance to shrink back to how you look in that week. You want to lose weight and also look good and feel good about your body. You don't want to have all that skin hanging in there. Yes, BMI is important. Yes, your ideal weight is important. But what is more important is how you want your body to look like. You know, she could tell that my body was different, and then even though I was going to lose weight, it was my choice if I wanted to lose everything else that came with it. Like if I wanted to lose all the goodies that I had, pretty much, this is how she put it. She's an amazing doctor, by the way. And I really, like, slowly I began to realize, yes, she's totally right. I'm 140, like I was back then 141 pounds, and then I saw my body and I was like, oh my God, I'm losing a lot of this, I'm losing a lot of this. And so you know, like as a woman, we want to feel attractive. We don't want to lose our goodies. We want to lose everything that makes us feel, you know, very, very like good about us. She was very clear about it. She was like, if you still want to have, you know, good enough amount of breast, because breasts are fat tissue, they're adipose tissue. So every time you lose weight and you lose fat, that goes as well. So our butt are mostly muscle, but it also has a lot of adipose tissue. And so that will shrink as well. If you are okay losing all your goodies or the things that you like about your body, then you should go to 125 pounds. If not, you should find a weight that's ideal for you. That's what she said, and I will recommend that to you guys. I really appreciate that she really told me about this, because a lot of doctors tell you, oh yeah, reach your BMI, reach your ideal weight is 125 pounds. No, like, it's your ideal weight, your personal ideal weight. And you have to see what's best for you and what you want your body to look like at the end of this.
Question 2 for you, baby. Month by month, please tell us how you did this.
Everything in my life, I changed so much. My relationship with food, I learned about nutrition. I really got so deep into this, and honestly, I wanted to make sure that I was doing something good for me, not only for the way I look, but also how I felt. So let's talk about the first and the second month. I started pretty quickly, and that was a mistake that I made, and I am so ashamed to accept that, but I think it's very honest of me to say, like, I really messed up at the beginning. I wanted a big challenge. I was so excited, so ready to start this, and I just wanted a big challenge, and I went right into a 20-hour fast with a 4-hour window, and that is absolutely a no-no, you guys. You cannot do that, and please learn from my mistake. It's not good for you. Why? Because it's already a big shock for your body. You cannot do this to your body and then pretend that it's going to be fine. You're going to feel really bad. You're going to have a lot of side effects. So learn from that mistake. With that, I would recommend that you guys start very slowly. First of all, think about how many times. Just count in one day how many times you're eating a day. And then little by little, literally day by day, start cutting one meal. If you're having 5 meals a day, breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, start by cutting one snack and then see how you feel. And then next day, you skip the other snack. After you're good with that, you can do this the next day, you can do the next week. It's up to you. It's go at your own pace, which is what I love about this thing. It's not a diet. It's not like if you don't follow this, you're gonna not lose weight. It's your personal journey. You choose how to do this, how fast you do this, and how fast you want to lose weight. So after skipping your meals, going to a longer fast, going to 7 or 8 or 9, and then increase it up to 12 hours. I would recommend that your longer fast at the beginning would be a 12-hour. And it's great when you're doing it. Like, many of us don't even notice it, baby. Like, many of us don't even notice. We fast when we're sleeping. That's how easy it is. Just think about it. If you sleep 8 hours a day, you're fasting already for 8 hours. That's it. Like, it's so easy to just do it. And a lot of people just complicate themselves. Like, oh my God, how can I go 12 hours without eating? Yeah, you already did it last night when you were sleeping. You're already 8 hours into your fasting. So it's really not that hard. But just, when you think about, oh my God, no food for 12 hours, it immediately puts you into a panic mode. Don't think about it. Just be like, okay, fine, I slept 8 hours last night, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 4 more hours before I can have my first meal. Go little by little, and then keep adding more. After doing a 12 hours, do a 14, then do a 16 hours. The most common times for intermittent fasting are a 16-hour. So you fast for 16 hours and then you eat for 8 hours only. You are allowed to eat whatever you want for 8 hours. Honestly, a lot of people are really afraid to overeat in that time, but to be honest, when I did it, I could not overeat. Your stomach cannot eat so much in 8 hours only. You need the whole day to eat a lot. You're gonna be like exploding if you're able to do that. But for most people, it's okay. You have about 2 or 3 meals at the most within that 8-hour window. And then you shorten that hour window. and then move up again, go into an 18-hour fasting, 6-hour window. In 6 hours, you might be able to have one meal and then a snack or two, and that's it. And then you're done. You do a 20-hour fasting. So the 20-hour, you don't eat for 20 hours, and then you eat for 4 hours, and then you stop eating for the rest of the day. And then the next day you start doing whatever you want to do. If you want to not fast the next day, if you just want to skip, or if you want to do another 20-hour, it's really up to you, which is honestly what I love about this thing. After that, I noticed that I wanted to do this about 2 days a week. I wanted to go slowly on that. I didn't want to push my body too hard back then. And I just started doing twice a week. I think 1 week I did it, for example, Monday and Tuesday, and the next week I only did it like Monday and Thursday, for example. Like I skipped days in between sometimes and tried what was best for me and what I felt comfortable doing. When I was fasting, I was drinking tea and water with lemon. That really helped me so much, and it's something that I still do now. We always drink soda, we drink juice, we drink other beverages, but we're not used to plain water. So I wasn't used to that. I felt like I couldn't drink just plain water all the time. So what I did is I just literally squeezed half a lemon on my big jug of water, and that tasted much better. And that has really helped me get through a lot of fasting that I've done since I started doing this. Also, tea is super amazing. It was mostly herbal tea and black coffee, no sugar, no milk, and water with lemon. That was it. The first couple months, I went from 161.8 to 152.6 pounds. And I was shocked. I was so shocked, and I was really happy. I was like, oh my God, this is actually working. And then I learned a lot of things. Actually, the first week, I think I lost like 4 pounds, and I was like, oh, so shocked. I was like, what is happening to me? And then I learned that obviously we all have water weight. And when you consume a lot of carbohydrates, your carbohydrates gather a lot of water in your body. So when you stop eating so much, including carbohydrates, you start losing water weight. So the first few pounds that you're gonna lose are gonna be water weight. But it's weight. It matters. It's still heavy. So you should be happy and celebrate for the first few pounds. I also changed another habit that I had. I used to come home really late and then have a big dinner with my family. But I knew that at midnight it was the worst thing to do for me. I could not have a huge meal midnight and then go to bed at 1 a.m. because your body cannot do the digestion that it needs to do to get rid of that food or that meal. So I changed that habit, and I decided to stop eating at 9 p.m. or at 10 p.m. Something else that I did, and it's not part of this intermittent fasting. It has nothing to do with it, but it really helps you with how to deal with the food cravings. Quite a big cake in front of me, I would drool. And that was my biggest issue. Food cravings were my biggest issue. So I started to do some research about sugar, and on the second video, which I hope you guys have watched it. If not, I'm going to post the link right up here. And you guys, I talk about sugar and how sugar is really addictive for our bodies. My breakfast normally was 1 or 2 cups of coffee with milk and sugar, and I would drink that with a donut or a cake or sweet bread or bread with butter or sugar on top. So my first meal of the day used to be sugar plus sugar. So I was craving that a lot for the first and second months. I decided to quit sugar. I decided sugar is going to be really bad for me, and it's really not allowing me to move forward from my food cravings. And I also changed my fats. Like I I started to pay more attention about what oils I was using. So I realized that canola oil and vegetable oil are oils that are not really good for your health. I believe your body does not process them really well, and they could become dangerous for your heart and for your arteries. And I decided to try healthier oils. I usually go for olive oils. Sometimes I try coconut oil. I'm not a big fan of that flavor, but I definitely go for avocado oil if I'm gonna cook something, or if I'm gonna add it to my salads and make like homemade dressings. I usually use olive oil, which is amazing on everything. Those are my two main oils that I use. The first couple days that I started with intermittent fasting, day one was the most horrible, you guys. And I was having flu symptoms. I was feeling really tired, really weak, really sleepy. I felt feverish, like I could feel my skin and I was so hot. I was really feeling like I was dying the first day. The second day, I felt much better, but yeah, the first day was really difficult. And I began to do a little research and, see like, what is this happening to me? Like, why do I feel like I'm feverish or I'm having a cold? And I discovered that is actually the symptoms of the beginning of ketosis. It means your body needs energy. It doesn't have food, so it needs energy from another part of you. And so what it does is sees that you have a lot of fat storage, and it goes in there and grabs it so you can keep going with your day and you keep going with your functions. Because we don't realize when we eat, it allows us to keep walking, to keep moving, to keep living our lives, to keep having energy or not. So our body needs to keep going and living with the same processes every day, and it needs energy from somewhere. It goes into it taps into the fat storage, and that's why you feel that way, because you go into really low sugar, you go into really low blood sugar, your insulin drops really, really fast, and that's why you feel like that. And that is the beginning of how ketosis happens in our bodies. So that's what we wanted. And when I read that, I felt so encouraged. I was like, yes, I'm getting this. I'm actually tapping into my fat storage, which is what I wanted. I wanted to lose fat. If you have any of those symptoms of the beginning when you're starting this, don't worry. Really just stay informed. I posted already a lot of links on the second video. I'm gonna post other links in this video as well for you guys to check it out and really see what is happening in my body when I'm going through intermittent fasting. Then I went into the third and the fourth month. I talked to my doctor about this and she said, well, it's great that you're doing intermittent fasting. She didn't know 100% what it was, but she heard a lot of people talking about it and that it was helping a lot of people with weight loss. And she told me, she was like, feel encouraged to do this and do your best, but always stay informed and read as much as you can about this. Just make sure that you're doing the right thing. And another thing that she told me is that sometimes intermittent fasting can affect our hormones, our female hormones. And it's really important to take into consideration our hormones and our intermittent fasting and finding a way to balance those out. Because sometimes if you drop weight really quickly, your hormones take a while to find the right balance to your new weight. For us as women, it's really important to be careful when we are doing intermittent fasting. So I learned through a lot of research how to balance my hormones with intermittent fasting. So I will post a link for the Dr. Mindy. She is amazing, you guys. I posted on the second video her link, and I'll post it again in this video so you guys can check it out. She talks about how to balance your intermittent fasting with your hormones, how to understand when we have our period as women, how our hormones go up, which hormone goes up, which hormones goes down, on what day of the month, if you're regular, if you were irregular. And when I read that, I was able to make a calendar, and I will post a picture of that calendar that I made. And I really went through every day. Okay, this is the day that my progesterone goes up. This is the week that I'm on my period. This is the week that my estrogen goes up or goes down. And then I followed and I planned my month ahead depending on the day where my menstrual cycle was. So I would definitely recommend you guys, if you're a lady out there and you really want to do this and you want to have control over your hormones and not have them go whack, please check her video. She is super amazing at explaining this. Another thing that I also learned, that it was going to be harder for me to lose weight as a woman. Why? Because we are made, nature made us to have babies, to have children. You don't have to have children, but your bodies are made for that. I saw other people going through intermittent fasting who were men, and they were losing 5 pounds a week like this, and they were shrinking, and like in 3 months they lost all the weight they needed. And I was like, why am I not losing weight that fast? First of all, it wasn't healthy, but I also was wondering, why am I different to men? You know, why am I not losing weight like they are doing? So I learned that women, because of how we are made, we storage more fat in this area, which is where we keep the babies. And that is going to slow down our progress. So don't feel discouraged if you guys are not losing this area right away. This is the last area I lost. The first area that I lost were everything else in my body. This is the last area for women. Even if you starve yourself to death, this is the hardest area to lose fat. And don't feel discouraged. Understand that our bodies work differently. Our bodies are meant to have fat in here because fat is cozy. Fat is warm for the babies, and we need that. So our body is like, no, I can't quit my fat because you're going to need this for a baby. So just deal with it. Be like, fine, you know, I will deal with it and I will go slowly losing weight. Be chill, relax, take it easy doing this. Don't just jump into it expecting to lose 40 pounds in a week. Like, that's not gonna happen for us. I went from 152.6 all the way to 141.6 pounds. So I was really excited, you guys. I was like, oh my God, this is like really shrinking me down. I am losing so much weight. And I saw how, you know, my subcutaneous fat, how my BMI was getting better. And I just like saw the scale going down and I was so excited. And I felt so encouraged to keep going and to just, yeah, I'm going to try harder, going to try harder, going to try harder. But this is the time when I hit plateau. And you guys are going to hit that as well. It's called plateau, which means your body just says, that's enough. This is the way where I want to be. I can't do anymore. And it's going to be really stubborn. It's going to be really stubborn and you're going to be frustrated about it. You're going to be like, why am I not? I'm doing this for us to feel better and to be healthier. You need to allow me to lose more weight. It normally is the weight that you usually have. For example, my normal weight as an adult was 139 pounds to 142 pounds. That was my normal weight. So when I knew that, I realized that at 141.6 pounds, I was going to hit plateau. And yes, I did. It happened. It happened in the 3rd and 4th month. And I went crazy, you guys. I was discouraged. I was sad. I was frustrated. I didn't know what to do because again, my main goal was to reach 125 pounds. And I wanted to get there, and I saw that the scale was not moving. I saw that I wasn't losing weight anymore, and I was probably like, you know, losing like half a pound, and then I was gaining it back, and I just felt like I was going out of my mind. So I tried a lot of things. I tried a lot of modifications on my diet as well. First, I tried the keto diet, and honestly, guys, I will be honest with you, there are people out there who absolutely love keto, and I am proud of them. I really admire them because it's a very strict diet. So you have to lower your carbs very, very, very much, like almost like 10 grams a day, and then up your fats. That's what keto means. So I tried that for about a week, and then I was dying. I was really dying. I felt like I did not feel happy about it. I felt really, really, really sick, and I decided, you know what, this is not going to be good for me. I tried it. I tried the keto. It's really not my thing. So I went into low carb. That was the next thing that I did, and I actually think low carb fits me much better. So I started little by little going down on the pastries and on the bread and on the sugars as well, because our body turns sugar into carbs. I didn't see the scale move so much. I saw the scale moving maybe like a pound or two for weeks, and I was pretty frustrated. I didn't know what to do. So I heard about OMAD, and I don't know if you guys have heard about OMAD or 2MAD. It pretty much means 1 meal a day or 2 meals a day. So it's pretty much based on you eat 1 time or 2 times a day and nothing else for the rest of the day. And I went to try that. Why? Because I was frustrated. But I knew that it wasn't going to be long term. I knew that it was going to be a very short term change, because who can eat 1 meal a day? Because that's when you tend to overeat. So I realized after doing OMAD for maybe a month, I realized, you know what? This is not for me. I will not keep going with this, you know? But with OMAD, I realized that the scale was going down again. So that is one of the huge tips that I'm going to give you guys. If you hit plateau in your intermittent fasting, change it a little bit. Go from your usual 16-hour fasting or your 20-hour fasting, switch it up to a 1-day OMAD. Eat 1 meal a day, and then, you know, go back to your intermittent fasting. Why? Because, and this is something that I learned that is so fascinating, you guys, and I'm going to post all the links down below so you guys can learn with me. It's fascinating to see this. Our body gets used to everything. We are able to adapt to anything.
Wow.
If we give 3,000 calories to our body, it's going to adapt to that. If we give 100 or 1,000 calories to our body, it's going to adapt to that too. It's going to adjust every function in our bodies to adapt. And so if you keep going with your body like every week, every day, doing 20 hours, 16 hours, 20 hours, 16 hours, your body is going to be like, all right, I got the hang of it. We're good. And it's not going to want to make any more changes. That's why we hit plateau, because we are not changing anything. So when we hit plateau, that's our bodies telling us, make a change. Give me something new so I can change. And so that's why I decided to do the OMAD. And again, it wasn't a long term. I only did it for 1 month. And I began to see results again. I began to see the scale going down again. And I was like, yes, I finally went over my plateau. And now I'm back on track. I'm back on losing weight. So that was my 3rd and 4th month. And I will tell you guys how incredible I felt. I was less bloated. Like, you don't notice how big you are and how bloated you are until you are not. You can tell me right now, oh my God, I feel wonderful the way I am. Wait until you have no bloating. Wait until you feel weightless, until you feel like a little feather. You can just be in the wind, because that's literally how I feel. Less tired as well. I was having so much more energy and I was feeling less heavy. Obviously I was losing weight, so I wasn't as heavy as before, but I could feel it in my body and I just felt so amazing, and that helped encouraging me to lose weight. Another thing that I noticed, the clothes that fit me differently, you know, and I was putting on clothes that I had not used for a while, and and they fit me, and I was so excited and so happy to see my body transform, to see that my physical problems were going away, that my hormonal problems were getting better, and I wasn't foggy in my brain anymore. And so I began to see all these changes, you know, quick mind, quick spirit, quick body. I was just like boom, 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 going crazy. And I loved it. I loved the changes that I've been able to achieve with intermittent fasting. The last part was the month 5th and number 6. I learned how to incorporate the meals that I loved. And I felt, and this is something that I'm really going to encourage everybody to do. Intermittent fasting is a lifestyle. You have to make it happen for you. If you're going to cut in sugars, if you're going to cut in your favorite things, if you love French fries, if that's your number one thing, if you love pizza, go ahead and have it. But have it with moderation. Yes, French fries are going to hurt your body. Yes, sugars is going to hurt your body. Pastries are going to hurt my body. But if I do it 1 time a week, even 2 times a week, I'm going to be fine about it. I'm going to make my brain and my mood and my body happy. Why? Because I'm getting what I love. But at the same time, I'm having control over my life and saying, I choose to eat this today, or I don't want to eat it. Just make those little changes in your life. Don't go crazy. Don't go overboard making all these changes like, oh, I'm going to go from eating a burger every day with French fries to eating nothing at all. It's not going to happen. It might happen for the short term, but you want this to be a lifestyle. You want this to be for the rest of your life. Because if you don't keep going with this, you will gain the weight back, and it might be worse. And then I also started alternating. Alternate between your times. Don't always do a 20-hour fast. Don't always do a 16 or an 18. Alternate. Do 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week. Sometimes do 5 times a week, and then next week do 2 days a week. And then next week do 3 times a week. And then the next week skip completely fasting. So keep your body always guessing what's going to come next. If you do that, our body has a difficult time adjusting and adapting. The last couple months, I went down from 141.6 pounds to 128 pounds, you guys. And that's where I am right now. And I am so proud of myself. I'm so happy.
Wow,
and
that's amazing.
Whenever somebody tells me, oh my God, you look amazing, I'm like, thank you. It has cost a lot of effort and a lot of learning, a lot of research, and I am so grateful. I'm honestly so grateful to have found intermittent fasting. I think honestly, based on my experience, is the best thing that would help me for the rest of my life. And I will explain on the last video how I actually make this my lifestyle. Have another question for me, babe?
Yes.
So excited.
Thank you for all wonderful information, baby.
You're welcome.
And the last question for you.
Okay.
What else has intermittent fasting done for you? Overall health, babe?
Biggest thing that I've learned with intermittent fasting is how to train my body and my mind. Your body just follows what your mind is doing. If your mind is up to something, your body is going to follow with it. Because our body cannot walk by itself. We need our brain for that. So if we learn how to train our minds to adapt to something else and to discover new things, then our body's just going to automatically follow. I realized that having a stronger mind would help me do everything. When I started doing this, I thought that I could never do a 20-hour fast. I thought that I could not, that was impossible. I said, how could people go without food for even 12 hours? And I know many of you think the same way. Our minds are able to do anything. I learned how to hack my mind. I learned how to say, oh, I really want to eat this cake, but I'm fasting today. So I'm going to eat it tomorrow. I'm going to eat this cake tomorrow when I'm not fasting. And then the next day, the food craving was gone. Sometimes I still had the food craving. Sometimes I still had, I said that I was going to eat this thing. And then I would eat it and I would feel good about it. So you learn how to hack your mind, how to trick your mind a little bit and tell it, hey, we're going to get that tomorrow, but not today. Period. And it helps you become stronger mentally and fight your food cravings, which is really difficult at the beginning. Thanks to that, now I'm able to reach longer fasts, but I will touch that in the last video. I'm doing it for other reasons, not for weight loss. So train your mind, train your body with intermittent fasting. And fasting is a practice that is done in other religions. I believe they use it for Ramadan and they do it for religious reasons. And I believe also some people who practice meditation, they do it as well. Some monks do it as well. So they do it for other purposes. But again, this has been done for a long time. It's nothing new. Of course, they didn't do it for the same purpose, but we are using this a tool to lose weight and to maintain our weight. So that's it for the third video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching us. I really hope that you guys get to see all 4 videos. I think I've learned so much stuff and I really want to share it with you guys. You are so wonderful. Thank you so much for watching us. Any comments, any suggestions, anything that you guys want to know, or if you want to tell me about, we are so happy to know it. Thank you so much again for watching us. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you like our videos. And let us know if you guys want to know anything else. We're so happy, right, babe?
Yep. Please have a wonderful day and take care.
Yeah.
See you in the next video.
We'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Amo, tengo una pregunta para ti. ¿Cómo empezaste a hacer el ayuno intermitente?
Gracias.
Gracias.
Amor.
Muchas gracias.
Bueno, la primera pregunta que tenemos es cómo empecé a hacer esto del ayuno intermitente. Empecé hace casi 6 meses y mi peso inicial era 161.8 libras. He perdido desde ese entonces hasta ahora 33 libras. Cuando yo empecé esto, mi meta era llegar a 125 libras. Ese fue mi peso que yo pude hablar con mi doctora y mi doctora me dijo, esto es el peso al que tú tienes que llegar para estar bien en tu cuerpo y estar saludable. Pero ella me informó que no siempre nuestro peso ideal es el que es ideal para nosotros. Tu peso ideal es el que tú quieras, el peso que tú estés más contenta o que te sientas más saludable con eso. Pero ella me dijo, quiero que aprendas a cómo entender qué es un BMI o el índice de masa corporal en español, cómo funciona, y a través de eso tú poderte dar cuenta cuánto sobrepeso tienes y cuánto tienes que bajar para llegar a un nivel saludable, para que estés bien en tus hormonas y para que estés bien en tu salud física y mental. Entonces ella me recomendó de 115 a 125 libras, pero ella me examinó y se dio cuenta de que soy una mujer que tiene mucho músculo. Tengo mucho músculo en las piernas, tengo mucho músculo en los brazos, como lo pueden ver, y siempre soy una mujer que tiene volumen, que tengo senos más grandes, que tengo pompas más grandes. Y si tú quieres mantener todo eso que te gusta de tu cuerpo, pero al mismo tiempo perder peso, debes de conseguir llegar a un punto en el que estés contenta teniendo todo lo que necesitas tener, o sea, que no estés muy flaca y que pierdas todo lo que tienes. pero es una decisión que es completamente personal. Una tiene que darse cuenta de qué es lo que quiero. Y yo me di cuenta, dije, bueno, una mujer de mi estatura, de mi edad, que pesa 125 libras o 115 libras, pues prácticamente no tiene nada de carne, nada de senos, las piernas muy delgadas. Y en realidad yo no quería perder todo eso que me encanta de mi cuerpo y que gracias a Dios y a la naturaleza que me lo ha dado, he sido muy afortunada a realmente tener un cuerpo bonito estando 161 libras o estando las libras que estoy ahorita. La doctora me dijo, bueno, si tú quieres mantener lo que tienes y lo que te gusta de tu cuerpo, busca el peso que para ti sea ideal. Puede ser 125, puede ser 140, lo que tú quieras que tu peso sea, que tú estés contenta con tu cuerpo, entonces en ese momento dejas de bajar de peso. Entonces decidí de 125 libras que ella me había comentado a 130 libras era lo más ideal para mí. Entonces eso es lo primero que les aconsejo que hagan. Primero infórmense cuál es mi BMI o mi índice de masa corporal y cuál sería mi peso ideal basado en mi estatura y basado en el ejercicio que haces o la actividad física que tienes todos los días. Empecé no sabiendo nada y tuve que hacer muchas investigaciones, a buscar mucha información, y eso fue lo que puse en el segundo video y ojalá y ustedes lo hayan visto ya. Si no, lo voy a poner acá arriba en un link para que ustedes le puedan dar clic ahí y puedan ir al segundo video para informarse de todo lo que aprendí y todas las páginas de internet en las que me metí y estuve investigando, incluso otros youtubers que me inspiraron muchísimo a seguir adelante y a lograr realmente estar en la mejor talla y realmente me siento muy contenta con todo lo que he logrado con este ayuno intermitente.
La segunda pregunta que tengo para ti, amor, mes por mes, dinos cómo lo hiciste.
Ok, muy buena pregunta. Gracias, amor.
Muchas gracias.
Creí que era lo más apropiado desplegar esta información mes por mes para que sea más fácil porque es demasiada información. Y un poco de tips y un poco de cosas que tengo que comentarles a ustedes para que más o menos si están intentando o tienen curiosidad acerca de esto, se den una idea de cómo empezar o qué tipo de síntomas van a tener al principio. Vamos a empezar. El primero y el segundo mes, yo me fui muy rápido. Otra vez yo no sabía lo que estaba haciendo, entonces yo dije quiero un reto y yo quiero hacer esto, pero ya, ¿me entienden? Entonces yo empecé ayunando 20 horas. Ayunaba 20 horas y comía 4 horas solamente. Fue muy difícil al principio, no les recomiendo, no cometan el mismo error que yo, vayan poco a poco. Esto del ayuno intermitente ya es un shock para nuestro cuerpo, es muy difícil para nuestro cuerpo, es mucho estrés para nuestro cuerpo ya. Entonces si nosotros empezamos tan rápido a ayunar por muchas horas y comer por tan pocas horas, no nos va a caer bien, nos vamos a sentir mal, nos vamos a tener muchos problemas. Empiecen primero cortando una comida al día. Si hacen 3 comidas al día, empiecen saltándose el desayuno y solamente vayan al lunch y a la cena. Si comen solamente 2 veces al día, sáltense uno. Si comen así, pues poco a poco ustedes van dándose cuenta si es lo que les está agradando, si eso es para ustedes y si es posible. Y realmente es lo que me encanta de esto, que no es una dieta, que no tienes que seguir un patrón para lograr resultados. Puedes ir al paso que tú necesites ir. Si tú empiezas con 12 horas y te toma, no sé, una semana en subir de 12 horas a 14 horas de ayuno, está perfecto. Es lo que para ti funciona y es lo que realmente tú necesitas. Y cuando estés listo de dar el siguiente paso y de aumentar 16 horas a tu ayuno en lugar de solamente 14, adelante. Por eso me esto del ayuno intermitente, porque lo puedes agarrar en cualquier día, en cualquier hora. Lo puedes modificar como tú quieras, a tu estilo de vida. No necesitas comer algo especial, o sea, todo está muy fácil con esto. Pero por favor no cometan ese error de irse inmediatamente a sus 20 horas o sus 18 horas. Empiecen poco a poco. Ese es mi primer tip. En ese entonces yo empecé haciéndolo 2 veces a la semana. La primera semana, por ejemplo, lo hice un lunes y un martes, y la segunda semana lo hice un martes y un jueves. Y así, entonces poco a poco le fui aumentando 3 días, después 4 días, y llegué hasta hacerlo 5 días a la semana. Y vi cómo estaba cambiando mi cuerpo. Cuando estaba ayunando, es importante no comer nada que contenga calorías para que no rompa el ayuno. Porque si tú consumes algo que tiene calorías, automáticamente tu cuerpo va a empezar a subir la insulina y va a empezar a procesarlo. Y lo que quieres es que te mantengas ayunando lo más posible hasta que ya sea tu hora de comer. No consumas nada que contenga azúcares. Yo lo único que consumí era té herbal y solamente agua con limón. Y la verdad, agua con limón porque no estaba acostumbrada a tomar agua natural. Todos siempre tomamos jugo, tomamos cosas dulces, tomamos soda, pero casi no estamos acostumbrados al agua natural. Para mí era muy difícil al principio consumir solamente agua natural, no me sabía nada. Yo llenaba mi galón de agua y le exprimía un limón y yo me la podía tomar pasando eso, tomar todo el día. En esos 2 primeros meses yo bajé de 161.8 libras a 152.6 libras y estaba feliz. Pero la primera semana, los primeros días que empecé a hacer esto, bajé de 3 a 4 libras y yo estaba muy emocionada. Pero me di cuenta después de hacer investigaciones que esto solamente era agua. Que al bajar mi consumo de comida, de carbohidratos, también se baja el nivel del agua que tienes en el cuerpo, porque los carbohidratos cuando los consumimos absorben el agua. El primer peso que ustedes van a perder y cuando empiecen a hacer esto va a ser agua, pero no se sientan mal, no se sientan tristes, eso es completamente normal, sigan adelante. Después de eso ya viene la grasita y viene realmente lo que van a perder. Así que no se sientan tristes. Tuve que dejar el azúcar primero que nada porque tenía mucho, se me antojaba todo el tiempo. Me encantan los postres, siempre me han encantado. Mi familia siempre le han encantado los postres y para mí es muy difícil decir no a un postre. Me di cuenta que era muy importante para mí dejar el azúcar a un lado para yo poder dejar de tener este tipo de problemas y de estar todo el tiempo pensando en panquecitos o en pan dulce o en, ustedes saben, nuestras conchas, nuestras donas, todo nuestro pan tan delicioso que consumimos en la mañana normalmente con un cafecito, con un chocolate. Yo me di cuenta que era realmente importante dejar a un lado el azúcar, pero poco a poco, no de un día nada más dejé de consumir. Y fue muy difícil al principio, me acuerdo perfectamente que yo extrañaba mi café con azúcar en la mañana y extrañaba mi pan con azúcar, pero poco a poco, simplemente empieza por cortar una cosa. Por ejemplo, si cada mañana comes tu café con azúcar y aparte comes un pan, deja el café sin azúcar, simplemente ponle leche y ya, porque ya tienes el azúcar del pan ahí. Entonces, poco a poco empieza a modificar ese hábito del azúcar y honestamente ahorita a veces hasta cuando como algo que está muy azucarado, siento como que me pica algo aquí, como que es mucho para mí, como que es demasiada estimulación, porque ya no estoy acostumbrada a tanta azúcar. Y realmente puedo tener mucho más control acerca de cuándo estoy consumiendo estas cosas que antes. Y no me siento como que las necesito, como que ya tengo que ir a comprar algo así. También modifiqué mis grasas. Antes consumía aceite vegetal y aceite de canola. Y esos son el cuerpo no los puede procesar tan bien como los aceites naturales, como por ejemplo el aceite de oliva. Es un aceite buenísimo, pero no lo puedes calentar mucho, así que también uso aceite de aguacate. Otras personas prefieren el aceite de coco, pero no es mi favorito, yo no me gusta mucho probarlo, pero a veces también lo uso. Entonces cambié mis grasas por grasas buenas. El primer día y el segundo día que yo estuve haciendo esto, me sentía de lo peor. Y les voy a ser honesta, yo sentía que traía fiebre, sentía que me agarraba la cara y yo decía, voy a morirme hoy. Y es lo que nos pasa el primer día, porque tu cuerpo no está acostumbrado a que no le estás dando comida, entonces no sabe qué hacer. él agarra energía de lo que estás comiendo. Y si dejas de darle comida, entonces tu cuerpo dice, no sé qué hacer, y se pone loco. Y empiezas a sentirte así. Entonces el primer día fue muy difícil para mí. Si ustedes son capaces de pasar el primer día, el segundo día es mucho más fácil. De verdad, se los juro, se los digo por experiencia. El primer día fue muy difícil, el segundo día y de ahí en adelante ha sido mucho más fácil. Y poco a poco he podido incrementar de mis horas de ayuno. Y ahorita estoy haciendo mucho más de las que algún día me pude imaginar, sin ningún problema. Y descubrí, también me puse a investigar un poco acerca de qué era esto que estaba sintiendo. Y descubrí que hay algo que se llama ketosis. Nuestro cuerpo agarrando nuestra grasa y usándola como energía, porque no le estamos dando comida al cuerpo. Entonces el cuerpo es muy sabio y está buscando otra manera y otra forma de agarrar la energía y usarla para seguir adelante. Si nosotros no se la proveemos por medio de comida, entonces la tiene que agarrar de otra manera, y este proceso se llama ketosis. El cuerpo agarra grasa de nuestro hígado y la usa para que nosotros podamos seguir adelante y nuestro cuerpo pueda seguir funcionando normal. Y exactamente eso es lo que queremos. Queremos que nuestro cuerpo agarre la grasita para nosotros poderla perder. La agarre, la queme y nosotros ya no la tengamos aquí en nuestro cuerpecito. Entonces, cuando me di cuenta de que esos síntomas eran el principio de esto, me puse muy feliz y me ayudó muchísimo para seguir adelante. Yo dije, está perfecto, el primer día voy a sentirme mal, pero más adelante voy a sentirme muy bien porque mi cuerpo realmente está agarrando la grasa y es lo que quiero, es lo que uno quiere lograr con esto del ayuno intermitente. En el tercero y el cuarto mes, yo aprendí cómo balancear mis hormonas con el ayuno intermitente. Muchas veces escuchamos que las mujeres no pueden hacer esto. Si nosotros dejamos de comer o consumimos mucha comida, poca comida, nos va a afectar nuestro nivel de hormonas. Siempre tenemos que poner mucha atención cuando estamos haciendo este tipo de dieta, se podría decir. El ayuno intermitente es fascinante, pero es importante aprender cómo funciona nuestro ciclo menstrual, nosotras las mujeres, y ver qué días de nuestro periodo, qué días de nuestro mes sube el estrógeno o sube el progesterona o baja, cómo funciona para que nosotros podamos adaptarnos a nuestro ciclo menstrual y poder saber cuándo podemos ayunar y cuántas horas podemos ayunar como mujeres nosotros, porque desafortunadamente nuestro cuerpo funciona diferente al de los hombres. Cuando yo me di cuenta de que había muchas personas, hombres, que estaban bajando de peso rapidísimo, en una semana lo estaban bajando 5 libras y yo solamente estaba bajando 2 a lo máximo. Puse a investigar qué es lo que está pasando conmigo, porque yo soy diferente. Entonces aprendí que las mujeres estamos diseñadas por la naturaleza para tener hijos, y la grasa que nosotras se acumula es en esta área, porque aquí es donde nosotros guardamos al bebé. Entonces nuestro cuerpo automáticamente, la última grasa que se va a deshacer va a ser esta, y se los digo por experiencia. Yo perdí grasa en todas partes y esta área ha sido la última en la que yo he perdido grasa. Entonces no se sientan tristes, no se sientan que esto no está funcionando, sigan adelante. Nuestro cuerpo es fascinante y se va a adaptar siempre, pero siguen adelante en este proceso en el que están haciendo. Vamos a lograr llegar al peso al que necesitamos lograr. Simplemente sigan constantes y de verdad que todo el esfuerzo que están haciendo va a tener muy excelentes resultados. Fui de 152.6 libras a 141.6 libras, pero me estanqué. Llegué a un proceso que se estanca, en el que tu cuerpo ya dice, aquí estoy feliz, no más quiero bajar de peso, ya este peso quiero. Y ustedes van a llegar a ese peso y se van a sentir muy frustrados porque no entienden por qué tu cuerpo ya no quiere dar más, porque tu cuerpo ya no quiere ceder más grasa. No se sientan mal, no se frustren, esto es un proceso completamente normal del cuerpo, y yo llegué ahí en el tercero y cuarto mes. Yo llegué a ese estado. Y me puse mal, dije, ¿qué voy a hacer? No he llegado, apenas estaba a 141 libras. Entonces yo dije, ¿cuándo voy a llegar a mis 130 libras? No, me faltan como 11 o 12 libras. Entonces yo quería todavía seguir adelante y intenté muchas otras cosas. Por ejemplo, intenté algo que se llama keto, que es supuestamente no consumes prácticamente nada de carbohidratos, como 10 gramos nada más. y subes tus grasas naturales, que son tu aceite de oliva, tu aguacate, semillas, todo eso lo subes supuestamente para que tu cuerpo pueda ayudar a quemar más grasa más rápido. Pero después de intentarlo unas semanas, realmente me di cuenta que no era para mí. Como les dije ya, nosotros los hispanos nos encanta el pan, nos encanta desayunar pan o cenar pan, entonces para mí los carbohidratos es lo mejor que hay en este mundo y era muy difícil para mí dejarlos atrás. Entonces después de una semana de intentarlo dije, muchas gracias, esto no es para mí, pero mucha gente ha tenido excelentes resultados con esto. No vi a la báscula cambiar de peso para nada con esto, así que les estoy comentando realmente basado en mi experiencia. Me fui a una dieta que se llama bajo en carbohidratos y lo único que hice y es algo que sigo haciendo hasta ahora, simplemente bajé mis carbohidratos. Estoy más consciente de qué es lo que mi cuerpo me está pidiendo y que no realmente lo que veo me lo como, ¿me entienden? Simplemente digo, ¿realmente quiero comer eso hoy? No quiero, no se me antoja. Por ejemplo, hoy no se me antoja nada de dulce. Simplemente mi cuerpo no lo quiere y lo escucho. Simplemente dejo que las cosas fluyan. Si veo algo, se me antoja, sí, como uno y ya. Pero no me atasco como me atascaba antes. La última cosa que yo probé se llama una comida al día o 2 comidas al día. Y eso es exactamente lo que se dice. Entonces, en ese momento fue cuando yo me di cuenta que la báscula empezó a cambiar de números. Y de 141 empezó a bajar rapidísimo. Y dije, sí, por fin encontré la solución. Después de estar tan frustrada y tan enojada con que no podía bajar de peso ya, no quería quedarme en 141. Esto me ayudó muchísimo y yo logré mover la báscula otra vez. Cuando yo vi esos cambios, yo dije, ¿qué me está pasando? ¿Por qué es que mi cuerpo sí reaccionó con esto y no reaccionó con el ayuno intermitente ya? Empecé a investigar y me di cuenta, aprendí que nuestro cuerpo se adapta a todo. Nuestro cuerpo es fascinante y se adapta a todo lo que le damos. Si le damos mucha comida, se adapta. Si le damos poca comida, se adapta. La fórmula perfecta, y se las voy a dar el secreto de seguir bajando de peso y llegar a tu peso ideal, es algo que se llama alternar. No siempre hagas 20 horas, no siempre hagas 18 horas. Muévele. Una semana haz 18 horas, 2 días. Después el tercer día que hagas, haz 20 horas. Después el cuarto día que hagas, no hagas nada. Y así, ¿por qué? Porque tu cuerpo no va a saber qué esperar. Y no le vas a dar oportunidad para que se adapte. Y ese es realmente el secreto de llegar a tu peso ideal y de quedarte en tu peso ideal. Intenta otras cosas para que tu cuerpo se mueva de estar estancado y puedas continuar perdiendo peso hasta llegar al peso que necesitas llegar. Muchos de los beneficios que tuve en esos meses y me di cuenta era que me sentía menos inflamada. Ustedes no saben realmente lo maravilloso que se siente no sentirse toda gorda, no sentirse toda pesada, no sentirse que uno está arrastrando los pies ahí y no puede ni caminar. Esto es increíble, se siente maravilloso, de verdad. Entonces es uno de los beneficios que he sentido casi inmediatamente. Menos cansada, súper enérgica, mi cabeza está más clara, siento muy bien, de verdad es un bienestar no solamente físico, mental, emocional, me siento limpia, me siento completamente saludable y claro que me siento menos pesada de lo que estaba antes. El 5º y el 6º mes aprendí que puedo comer lo que yo quiera. Aprendí que puedo aún seguir comiendo lo que a mí me gusta. ¿Por qué? Porque es tonto que uno quiera cambiar completamente su estilo de vida. Yo dejaría de ser hispana si dejara de comer atole, si dejara de comer chocolate caliente en la mañana, si dejara de comer esto. Es quien soy, es lo que me define. Entonces, si yo dejo de consumir eso que me gusta mucho, sí voy a dejarlo por un poco, pero quiero que esto sea de por vida. Entonces, si quiero que esto sea de por vida y quiero que yo seguir haciendo esto, necesito hacer cambios que sean constantes y que no sean por un rato solamente, que no sean en lo que estoy a dieta y después regresar. No, quiero que sea parte de mi vida. Entonces, yo decidí y encontré la manera precisamente de adaptar estas comidas que yo consumo, de hacerlas un poco más saludables, de encontrar otras opciones para poder seguir consumiendo estas comidas que me encantan. Por ejemplo, sigo consumiendo pan, pero prefiero pan integral ahora. Entonces, esas pequeñas modificaciones que haces, por ejemplo, si antes te comías 2 panes dulces o 3 panes dulces, ahora solamente te me como 1. Entonces, poco a poco haciendo cambios, pero todavía seguir comiendo lo que te gusta y lo que te hace feliz y lo que te define. También en los últimos meses aprendí a modificar y alternar los tiempos en los que estaba ayunando. Por ejemplo, estaba ayunando 20 horas, luego 18 horas, y luego la siguiente semana le estaba haciendo 16, luego la siguiente semana no estaba ayunando para nada, y gracias a eso es que seguí perdiendo el peso que tenía que perder. Llegué de 141 libras, 141.6 libras a 128 libras. Es muchísimo y estoy tan contenta con mi cuerpo, tan contenta con cómo me siento, cómo me veo, las cosas que me puedo poner, que antes me quedaban apretadas o ajustadas, ahora me quedan perfectas y me siento tan feliz, me siento feliz conmigo, con mi cuerpo, me siento súper bien y de verdad que estoy muy agradecida de haber encontrado esto del ayuno intermitente porque es de por vida.
Muchas gracias por esta información. Amo. La última pregunta para ti, querida. ¿Qué más ha hecho por ti esto del ayuno intermitente que otros beneficios?
Vamos a hablar ahora de otras cosas que el ayuno intermitente me ha ayudado en mi vida, que no solamente me ha ayudado a bajar de peso, sino también me ha enseñado otras cosas pues acerca de mí y de mi persona y de mi vida diaria. Una de esas cosas es cómo entrenar mi cuerpo y mi mente. Lo más difícil es entrenar nuestra mente, porque el cuerpo va a seguir a lo que la mente hace. No son dos cosas separadas, es lo mismo. Cuando nosotros le pedimos a nuestro cuerpo que se mueva a tal lugar, el cuerpo lo va a hacer, no automáticamente lo hace. Entonces, lo más difícil es aprender a entrenar nuestra mente. Cómo tener una mente sana, una mente fuerte. Y esto del ayuno intermitente me ayudó muchísimo a hacer eso. Yo pensaba al principio, Dios mío, ¿cómo la gente puede dejar de comer por tanto tiempo? Yo no puedo ni siquiera dejar de comer una hora, ¿no? Entonces, eso me di cuenta que no tenía una mente fuerte, que necesitaba fortalecerla y realmente darme cuenta de que era mucho más fácil de lo que yo pensaba. Me di cuenta de que tener una mente fuerte te ayuda en muchas cosas. Primero que nada, lograr esto, tus primeras horas sin comer te da tanto gusto, tanta felicidad a ti, darte cuenta de que puedes lograr tanto, darte cuenta de que sí, puedo 20 horas sin comer, de que sí, no me comí ese pan que me iba a comer hoy, de darte cuenta de que tú puedes tener control de tu propia vida y de lo que estás consumiendo y lo que quieres poner en tu cuerpo. Es fantástico y te ayuda muchísimo a subir tu autoestima. Me di cuenta de que también teniendo una mente fuerte me iba a ayudar mucho con estos antojitos que yo tenía. Sabía que si yo podía decirle una vez no a comer 3 panes al día, podía decirle cualquier otro día no. Esto del ayuno intermitente no es para débiles, se los voy a decir. Es algo que realmente te forza, realmente agarra todo tu espíritu, todo tu fortaleza interior y con eso te ayudas para empujarte a lograr bajar de peso y llegar al peso que tú necesitas. Realmente si tú no tienes una mente fuerte va a ser muy difícil cualquier transición que hagas y probablemente sí lo puedas hacer por unos meses, pero siempre vas a regresar a tener el peso que tenías antes y a tener el sobrepeso y no estar contenta con el peso que tienes o cómo te ves. Tener una mente fuerte me ha ayudado a hacer ayunos más largos. Ahora, después de todos esos meses y todo lo que aprendí, he podido llegar a hacer ayunos mucho más largos de lo que pude haberme imaginado antes cuando empecé a hacer esto. Y es gracias a que he hecho mi mente más fuerte cada vez que logro algo y que veo resultados y que veo que la ropa me queda mejor, que me siento feliz con mi cuerpo, que me siento bien, me siento ligera, tengo mucho más energía. Estoy muy contenta con todos estos cambios que el ayuno intermitente me ha dado. El ayuno intermitente no solamente es para bajar de peso, esto ha sido algo que ha sido utilizado, es una técnica que es utilizada por monjes, es una técnica que es utilizada por me parece que en otras religiones, para el Ramadán por ejemplo, y ellos la usan para otros propósitos, pero ahora que podemos entender un poco, podemos usarla para mantener nuestro peso y para bajar de peso, pero también tiene muchos otros beneficios, como ya les he comentado, una mente súper fuerte, mucho más energía, también la autofagia de la que muchos han estado hablando entonces y de lo que es el descubrimiento de este siglo. Y otra vez, nadie nunca me ha dicho, ay, te ves mal, ay, no, te ves gorda, o ay, te ves muy flaca. Sí, la gente siempre va a decir cosas, pero uno tiene que mirarse a sí mismo y ver si lo que estás viendo es lo que te agrada y quién eres es la persona que tú quieres ser y la que te gusta ser. Si no estás contento con lo que tú tienes que hacer ciertos cambios. Muchas gracias a todos ustedes por vernos. Voy a poner links para nuestro primero y segundo video y pues para que ustedes los puedan ver. Hay mucha información que quiero compartir con ustedes y esperamos que nos sigan para el cuarto video y pues que nos sigan viendo, porque realmente esto me pone muy feliz compartir con todos ustedes lo que estoy pasando y cómo logré estar en la mejor forma de mi vida. De verdad, me siento muy feliz y me gustaría que todos ustedes, si están pasando por lo mismo, llegaran al punto al que he llegado. De verdad, estoy muy contenta, estoy fascinada con esto del ayuno intermitente y se los recomiendo. Hay mucha gente allá afuera que está hablando de estas cosas y no está muy seguro, pero yo les estoy hablando de experiencia propia, yo lo viví. Así que muchísimas gracias por vernos. Manu y yo estamos muy contentos de que ustedes nos miren. Él está aprendiendo español para poder hablar para ustedes. Así que muchas gracias, de verdad, de todo corazón los queremos mucho y esperamos que los podamos ver en el siguiente video.
Te amo mucho, amigo. Te amo mucho, amiga. Gracias por seguirnos. Los queremos mucho.
Queremos mucho. Hasta luego. Chao.